The first the concept of the big gig. I went to 3 in 1970. I think it was 1974 actually. Really good, if someone's going to check, so no, it's 1975. But I think it was 1974. I went to see the Rolling Stones at Earl's Court, and I went to see Bowie at Earl's Court. It was on the Station to Station tour, so that will pin it down. So it's probably 75 actually. And I went to see Elton John at Wembley. And in fact, Elton John at Wembley was really, really good. But I thought the Yellow Brick Road album was actually like a really good album. Must admit, I'm not a big Elton John fan. I just want to make that clear. But I still think that album's got some great songs in it. And the Rolling Stones were amazing actually at that show. And Bowie was really disappointed, I have to say. Although what he played was genius, but he played 40 minutes and didn't do a fucking encore. It's like, and I'd saved up so much to buy the tickets, and travelled up from Crawley, and I was sitting there and then he ended, and the lights went on, and it taught me a big lesson. I thought, this is wrong. However good you are, this is like really short-changing the people that are really high up. And I've always remembered that when I'm on stage and I look up and I think, they're the people that have probably travelled like a really long way and saved up to come and see this. And that's why we've had this like sort of work ethic that the Cure have. Although it is enjoyable, it's not really work, but it's kind of, honestly, it's come from that one experience. I think, well, because I wanted to go on all night. I was so disturbed by it. I sat there, and knowing you're in a cinema, and the lights go up, and you think, like you just don't want it to end, because you've seen something really, really good. It was that feeling. I sat there, and I was moved out. And it stuck with me, and I thought, no, that's wrong. It's only when we play festivals and events like this that we feel competitive anymore, because when we do our own shows, that's all gone, it's long gone, and which is a good thing. I think you'd have to be insane to kind of like to grow older playing music and feel competitive. You would, you know, there are bands that do that. There are bands almost of our age that I know still think, oh, we have to be number one, you know, and I think it's pretty dismal actually thinking like that. I think it's a great thing when you're in your teens or like in your 20s to you have to go out and feel like you want to be the best, and when you're doing this kind of event, you also have to feel that. You have to go on stage and like, you're competitive, but in a nice way, but you still want to be the best thing that anyone's seen. Our first big gig, the thing was actually really, really early on, was we played the Reading Festival in, I think, 1979, I think, or probably, when the very first album came out. We got stuck on the bill at the Reading Festival, and quite low down, underneath the Specials, and Motorhead were headlining, and John Peel was comparing it all, and John Peel had played us. I think that's maybe had some reason why we were on the bill, because it was like a heavy metal festival in those days. We were so out. I mean, the Specials were pretty out of place as well, but there was a lot of them, and they were really hard. I mean, we were seriously out of place, and Motorhead took us under their wing and took us into their caravan, introduced us to Speed and stuff like that. I've still got a Motorhead flag from that Reading Festival. But that, walking on stage at a festival and getting bottles of piss chucked at you before you'd even played a note, it made me feel so punk. It really did. It did something to me. Inside my head there was like a... I thought, right, fuckers. And we played and played and played, despite, and nothing hit me. And it's like, I was thinking, oh, I'm blessed.
Thank you very much. And see you again.